everybody. Hello to the two viewers watching. You already know what this is. So I am a little late by like 2 minutes, which is great. Cool. My apologies. So anyway, as you already know, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start making chow mein. Oh yeah, some chow mein. And we're not just going to be making chow mein as well. It's going to be some beef chow mein with the teriyaki sauce. Oh yeah, with the teriyaki sauce. Muy importante. So I'm going to go ahead with the camera to where you can actually see. Hello, wonderful world. My apologies if I butchered your username. So anyway, first things first, we gotta go ahead, obviously do the first thing, wash our hands. You notice that I'm not really wearing my typical Metahuman shirt, the ramen noodle shirt by Nissan. Just smiles, it's fine. Gotcha. Alright. Well anyway, welcome to the first ever stream. To the 5 viewers that are watching, thank you all so kindly watching. Appreciate y'all stopping in to watch. I'm actually very nervous. I've never done really anything like this before. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead. Let's start getting our meat together. Alright. Let's move this to the side. I'm not just going to be making one dish. I'm going to be making a whole dish for the family. And now that includes my father, my mother, myself too, obviously. Can't just not do myself. But, yeah, dudes. Oh, yes. Ramen noodle emoji. Amazing. Hey, Randy, welcome to the chat. Good to have you, bud. Good to see you. Actually, you know what? I don't know why I have these bowls out. Alright. Cutting board. Get our steaks. These are sizzle steaks. Good old sizzle steaks. Let's also go ahead get this big bowl. Alright. No, this isn't ramen. So we're actually making beef chow mein. Yeah, so should have clarified that with you, my dear friend, but that's okay. Beef chow mein. Hate to be a spaz about my own hygiene, but you know what? It's necessary. I gotta make my parents good food, right? Gotta make myself good food. Gotta make it for the All Father and All Mother. Now, for those who are confused, we're gonna be frying the steak and marinating it in teriyaki sauce, or teriyaki marinade, I should say, rather. And thankfully with the chow mein, you only really need 1 cup of water when you make it. It's not like regular ramen. We need at least 2 cups, you know. So we're gonna cut up little bits of the steak into nice little itty bitty pieces, as so it will come out nice and also fulfill the flavor of the chow mein as well. Now, albeit the chow mein is gonna have a little broth, but I'm pretty sure the meat will absorb the juices. Right? So, cutting the steak. Alright. So how are you doing today, folks? What's going on? What do you want to know about Metahuman Macaluco? What's on your mind? Anything you like to say in particular? Anything that you know about me? Do you guys follow me on my YouTube channel? If not, what's your excuse? I'm just kidding. We're not going to act like that. No. Be a very terrible way to act. Hey, TJ, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the first ever live stream. Appreciate you for stopping by. Oh! Okay. I thought Taste of EYE, I'm sorry. I thought the Taste of EYE already happened, so now that I know it hasn't happened, that's good information to know. Hey, good to know, Teach. What kind of meats do you prefer? Do you like your beef? Do you like pork? Do you like chicken? What do you like? As a matter of fact, not just you, TJ. Everyone in this chat, what kind of meats do you like? Do you like your poultry? Do you like beef, pork, seafood? Seafood counts, even though there's different kinds of seafood. There's fish. There's shellfish. Don't even get me started with sushi. I'm gonna disappoint everybody in this chat right now. I was never a fan of sushi. Everyone thinks that, long-time weeb, long-time anime fan, not a fan of sushi. Shocking, right? Very, very shocking. Hipster, steak, blue rare. Ooh, I gotta keep my eyes out on you. You sound like a whole savage. I tend to prefer my chicken or beef, but Mia likes pork, but chicken's the easiest to prepare. Those are facts. Those are actual facts. I can't disagree with that. Chicken is easy to prepare. Because chicken, you actually have to cook all the way thoroughly. Steak, you can cook it any way you want, really, but you gotta be cautious too. Hey, Tony, what's going on, pal? How's South Carolina treating you? Man, I gotta apologize to you. Last time I was in South Carolina, I was in Myrtle Beach the entire time. I didn't realize how far away. I'm sorry about the weather. Last time I was there, I was in Myrtle Beach. Wish I could go back. I did want to visit Greenville and check out the area. I know you have, your opinions and whatever, but me being, a foreigner of the area, 4-hour drive? Wow. What? That's wild. That's genuinely wild. That's like Jacksonville from here. Jacksonville's like a good 4 hours from here. It's ridiculous. Maybe 3. Well, either way, it's still a long drive. It's a whole road trip. But man, I love South Carolina. I'm sorry, I know, well, I should say I love Myrtle Beach. I would still love to check out the rest of South Carolina, just because, for whatever reason, the majority of my family from New York just decided to move from New York to South Carolina. if not South Carolina, here in Florida. Hot dogs and fries for dinner. Hey, that's not too shabby. You know, I love hot dogs too. I used to not like them for the longest period of time just because they're the most processed of all beefs. But, you know, as you get older, it's just kind of like, whatever. Food's food. Same, my family's originally from New York. I'm from New York. Are you from city or are you from upstate? Because my dad was from, you know, well, the All-Father, I should say rather, is from, okay, city. Cool, cool, cool. The All-Father, in his human form, was from the Bronx. And my mother, the All-Mother, is from Astoria, Queens. And then they got possessed by... You know what? I'm not even going to get into that with y'all. That's going to be for the Metahuman origin story. Alright. That will be indeed for the Metahuman origin story. Well, I'm from upstate New York. Oh, word. Word, word, word. So, was it like, were you 8 years old and then your parents just kind of dragged you down there, or did you want to move? Because, I mean, that kind of happened to me, unfortunately. No, you know what? I shouldn't even say it like that, because I kind of like Florida to an extent. I may not like certain people. I don't like when people say, oh, Florida's full of sketchy people, sunny place, blah, 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 blah. I get it, but you also have to have the right mindset to, like, not affiliate with those people. I mean, that's just common sense. Come on now. Yes. So, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna be marinating the meat with some teriyaki sauce. If I had some sesame seeds, I would be more than glad to just drizzle a little bit on the steak. But I don't have sesame seeds on me right now. That's kind of my fault for not getting it, but it's no biggie. But we are going to be marinating the meat very soon. Oh yeah. This is going to be so good. So great. But anyways, guys, if you haven't already done so already, you should follow me on YouTube too. I started doing YouTube way beforehand, before I started doing Twitch. And I figured, you know what, let me experiment with Twitch a little bit. What's the worst that can happen, you know? I mess up a little bit. Whatever. Ain't the end of the world. But I figure, you know what, let me try it. You know, what's the worst that can happen? I get a troll. Please, I am a troll. Troll. Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So let me ask y'all guys this. Everyone has at least a particular favorite flavor of ramen. What is yours? I don't have a preference. I like my beef. I like my chicken. I like my pork. I like my oriental. I like my shrimp. Shrimp's pretty fire too. I'm not even gonna front with that. Shrimp is gas. Shrimp is amazing. Alright. I generally love my beef. Creamy chicken and oriental. Creamy chicken! Yes! Bro, have you ever... It's not creamy chicken. There's another one similar to creamy chicken. Don't get me wrong, creamy chicken is fire. Oh, this is All-Father, by the way. He decided to stop into the stream. If you ever wonder what he looks like, that's what he looks like. You're probably never going to see him again after that. So, if I get him in another YouTube video, consider yourselves grateful. Grateful. But, Anyway, I apologize to Smiles and Tony. Freaking creamy chicken, gas. Love creamy chicken. Have you had the chicken picante? That's the only one I haven't tried yet. Has anyone on this chat tried chicken picante? Because honestly, instead of just simply cooking the ramen in an instructional video format, I might just start reviewing the ramen. As long as, on top of reviewing the restaurants. Oh, word. Thank you, Randy. My friend Randy, aka the Embryonic Legend, y'all should watch him too, has decided to raid my whole live stream, which I sincerely appreciate. Thank you. Honestly, that means a lot. It means a lot. So anyway, we're done cutting our steaks. Okay. Hey, thank you, Randy. Well, hopefully I can start doing actual video game streams. Not just, you know, IRL chatting and freaking, Nicer slice? Nicer slice is tricky. Because you see, in the lore of Metahuman Macaluco, Nicer Slice is actually an alternate universe where IRL me and my two friends are just drinking and trying out stuff, and then if we dislike it or hate it, generally, we take our swords, slice. But it's so hard because Brian works full-time now, and he also decided that he's going to be a DJ, which kudos to him. I appreciate him doing that. And my other friend Steve, aka Bazilla Universe, he works full-time as a manager at Monster Mini Golf, and he also works part-time at Publix. So he's got a lot on his plate. You know, him coming through is always a difficult challenge. But that's still my boy, though, no matter what. As far as streaming, you gotta get the app installed and links to your account. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. But anyway, before I even start, we got our steaks cut up. Nice. Now we're going to take our teriyaki. Now, thankfully, I washed my hands already, so we're going to get in there, marinate. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But if you guys haven't already checked out Nicer Slice, you should definitely check that out. There's at least 13 episodes up, maybe 14, at least. Yeah. And a lot of them are classics too. There's one where I co-host with the Grinch for a Christmas special. There's one where me and Brian do one with a special guest star, Tommy Stees. I wish Bro would hit me up still. I don't know if he's still beefing with me or not. Which I don't even get what happened with that. You know, like, Bro just kind of stopped talking to me one day, and I haven't heard from him. I tried reaching out, and I realized he had me added on Facebook. I'm like, what did I ever do to you? Whatever. You did what? The fact that you know says a lot. You know, you're a fan. And I appreciate you for keeping up with that, because, like, it's kind of embarrassing that I don't even know how many episodes of Nicer Slice are on. But, anyway. Alright. Now, while we wait for this to warm up so I can dump the steak in, we're going to start going ahead and start making our Chow mein. Chow mein. Ichiban Sapporo. Third person brand. This ain't no Maruchan. This ain't no Nissan. Nissan, which owns Top Ramen. You gotta be a true ramen fan to actually know about that. But, anyway. Not to gatekeep. Hey, thank you. So anyway. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You already know. How to open the went grocery shopping today. And I had to get another pack of these because I only had 2 of these left. So save these for another time when I do an episode of Metahuman Macaluco, but on YouTube. I might start doing these weekly on Wednesdays. I'm not for certain yet. I already have a whole lot going on. As a matter of fact, me and another homie of mine, we're going to be going ahead and heading out to, Orlando soon for Halloween Horror Nights. I'm not certain if we're going to make a video there or not. I might. I may not. Who knows? Fingers crossed. Sparkling watermelon Celsius, by the way. Shit's gas. Excuse my language. Alright. I'm digressing. I need a measuring cup. Measuring cup. Measuring cup. Measuring cup. Measuring cup. Oh, right in front of me. Anyways. So. Now, if I recall correctly, you need at least 240 milliliters of water. French is always allowed. Dude, I can't wait to make a video for Hollow Screen. We'll have to exchange. So, I mean, bro, it's Hollow Screen, man. It's just gonna be people coming after you, right? Maybe not actually biting you, but you know, I don't know. I just don't like being touched, to be honest. You know, it's bad enough that they scare you already, right? It's bad enough that they scare you. But it's another thing for them to touch you. I don't know. Did martial arts for fucking so many years. I just like, you know, all that knowledge that Sifu has instilled upon me. Got that gear. Yo. You two cannot be talking about vigor in this chat. Just kidding. Feel free. But you already had your own stream. You had your own stream already. Goofball. Silliness. That smells amazing. I wish you were all here to smell this right now. That's Mr. Goofball to you, sir, and don't you forget it. I'm making steak! I don't have time to remember that! I don't have time to remember that. I'm making steak. Look at this. Steak. With the teriyaki marinade. It's already browning in some areas. Move it around so that the rest can get brown too. Oh Do I have a favorite teriyaki bread? Honestly, I don't, just because I don't eat teriyaki enough to really have a favorite brand per se necessarily. Um, yes, that is correct, TJ. I am a superpowered being who is very hungry. But I'm also making dinner for La Familia as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at how thick these noodles are. These are some really thick noodles. Extremely. My hubby just made chicken teriyaki last week with fried rice. That sounds amazing. That sounds really good. Extremely fire. That, oh my god, that. It was. Ah, amazing, amazing. The beautiful part about this, whatchamacallit? Oh, here it is. About this chow mein is that it has two little packets. Now, obviously, you got your base, duh, and then it also comes with a little bit of seaweed. That, I'm telling you, you would think, well, I mean, it's already a thing to begin with. But normally, if you're not a fan of seaweed, you probably think to yourself, ew, ugh, gross. But for whatever reason, c'est magnifique. If you don't know French, you're not going to know what that is. I'm not going to tell you. Just kidding. It's actually magnificent. C'est magnifique! Mwah! Go ahead. Flip this over. Alright, alright. Let me go ahead and lower this. Add my base. Grab one of the bowls with the fork. Spicy chicken rice or broccoli rice every night for like 9 days. I don't know why I've been so into food that makes me sweat. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely zero. Listen, at some point I have to introduce you to my girlfriend, Rania, the high priestess, because she makes some crazy spicy stuff too. And it's a killer, let me tell you. On my soul. On my soul. So we're going to go ahead. That's amazing. Add another cup. Perfect. It's getting hot in here. So like they say, can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. First dish is complete. Now, you really can't see, but the seaweed's in there. So that's one dish down. Oh yeah. Bad habits. Gotta not do that. You have a dill relish. I do not, unfortunately. Or I should say, rather, I have not had one, to be honest with you. I'm not really digging into anything pickled, to be quite frank. Oh yeah. Oh man. All right. We're gonna actually go ahead and put the seaweed on top of the stick on this batch. What an improper cut. That's mad annoying. There we go. last thing of chow mein. Ha ha ha. Why do you dislike it so much? I have not, you know, I don't like any kind of relish, to be honest with you. I just simply do not. So. I'm like the Flash. Oh yeah, I'm just too fast. I'm like the Flash, I'm just too fast. I gotta get this cash. Oh yeah. Yeah, actually, move the camera. So yeah, so I mean, it's a better POV, I guess. Really can't see my face, but that's all Gucci gang. Not a biggie. I don't know why they call it a soup base when this is not even really a soup. You're actually supposed to let all the noodles absorb the water, so that way it's nice and thick. Keep saying that, you know, and some of you are gonna make weird comments in the comment section. I just know it, but that's for real. All right, last bowl. We're gonna just lose here from now. Whew. Man, I tell you what. Ignore the laptop. Ignore the laptop. Anyway. Well. Sorry guys, first live stream, so I'm a little nervous. And got our steaks as well. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I made a lot of steak. I made a lot of steak, but that's okay. It does not go to waste at all. Nope. No, no, no. And, you know, I think I may have used just a little too much of that teriyaki marinade, but not a big deal. You know, you can't learn from your mistakes if you don't make mistakes, right? I mean, it's just common sense. But so now we're just gonna go ahead, get this started. If I can fully open it. Now, before I ultimately serve my parents, I got to do one last thing, and I'll be right back with you guys. Actually, who's that? Who's that? Yummy. Thank you, Aggressive Napkin 25. Embryonic drooling. You are a grown adult. You cannot drool. BRB, guys. And welcome back to the show. Alright. Coolio. So we're going to go ahead. We're actually going to put these on the thing. How'd you know that was Ziggy? Why did I make him an AFK right as I joined? Already on it. Lies, all people all the time. That's because they no longer have teeth. You know what? I'm going to argue that, because my grandmother does not drool. False information. Anyway, let me turn on the light. Wink. Dinner's ready! Well, I'm going to go upstairs. And we're going to resume the rest of this chat. Where is the cucumber tutorial? I don't know. Where is the cucumber tutorial? You tell me. Oh man, I had this on. Alright, actually. So, talk to me, guys. What's on your mind? You know, like, now that I'm actually done cooking, I can actually, like, thoroughly talk to you. You know, for anyone who's a Metahuman fan and has watched my videos for God knows how many years. Actually, Metahuman's not that old. Metahuman is about at least a good 3 years old. Right, because I developed myself back in 2019. Whoa. Well, to answer your question, it's kind of hard to slice chow mein. But if I were to make a nicer slice of this particular chow mein, I'd give it a nice. But it'd be kind of hard to do regardless. Maybe if I just cut the brick in half in the package still. You know, totally different story. Plus, like, it would be kind of weird to start doing Nicer Slice again, but alone. I only said it because my two co-hosts who did it with me for so long, you know, they have full-time jobs, so they're not readily available. Listen, Smiles. You have a chance. Not right now, obviously. But go on YouTube, type in Nice or Slice. You're going to get a bunch of old videos of me literally, and I mean quite literally, going out in public with a sword slicing stuff. That was probably an earlier project of mine. It was actually after Slasher Friends and everything else, but still a pretty early project. I would say like 2017, 2018. I think the last one we did was probably 2020, 2021. I mean, that was a Thanksgiving special. Oof. A lot of people do. I get told all the time, hey, I miss Nicer Slice. When are you guys going to make another episode? This, that, and the other. Honestly, it's a lot more easier to make videos of myself cooking and being a superpowered being. That is the cutest thing I've read all night. Cutest. And I go on a lot of wholesome threads. That's cute. Honestly, kind of jealous. Well, I shouldn't be jealous. I'm not really a big Zelda fan. I never really was. My dad put me onto Metroid way before he put me onto Zelda. He was never big into any of the RPG, JRPG stuff. He was more into shooters. But now, he hates shooters. He hates shooters. Like, mostly because, like, almost every shooter that's come out within the last, like, 10 years, maybe even less than that, has been all, like, third person, first person, online, just killing each other. I don't know if he really big into GoldenEye. You know, growing up as a kid, he got me into Turok, actually. Turok and Turok Evolution for the N64. Those were the first two first-person shooters he ever got me onto. Just because they're a lot more bloodier and gory than GoldenEye. Oh my god. The Slasher Friends. Another thing I gotta ask you guys, do you want to learn more about me personally, or do you want to know about Metahuman Macaluco? Because those are two separate entities. I can pretend to be Metahuman for the rest of this remainder of this video, and just kind of end this stream at like 8:30, 9, both, to be honest. Okay. Metahuman Macaluco is a superpowered being who doesn't really like to fight crime or do any of the superhero stuff. He never really has, but when it comes down to it and he has to, he has to. Simple as that. But a majority of the time, he's just kind of chilling, you know, making stuff like this, ramen, reviewing ramen. He's just about to start doing restaurant reviews. He loves food. He always has. And in the theme song, which you can find both on YouTube and SoundCloud, he was taught Mediterranean wrestling from the great Gilgamesh and boxing from Mike Tyson. But what you don't know about Metahuman Macaluco is that he has also learned many martial arts from other great warriors, such as Well, let me get to that. So, I mean, it's hard to say what he really is because he kind of has this Kryptonian, Asgardian, Super Saiyan thing going on for him where he's able to just kind of fight, superpowered beings. The idea for Metahuman Macaluco actually came from a cell phone app that I still have to this very day called Superpower Effects, which was used in some of the fan movies, fan live action movies of Dragon Ball that you can easily find on YouTube. And I was kind of like, you know what, let me experiment with this. But then I was getting silly with it. I was like, hey, let me cook. I don't cook on this channel. I just kind of do stupid stuff on the channel. But the story of Metahuman is still progressing, as it's gotten to a point where I decided to merge my old characters from back when my channel used to be called Frank2818, and now I have my old characters such as Professor Nerd, Professor Dork, Lucas, the Asgardian heavy metal lord, all coming to the mix. Professor Dork still is Professor Dork, just does stupid dorky things, but that's why we love him, and that's why we adore him and want to hug him. Unfortunately, there's no... Hold on. There is no comic book yet, but when the day comes, I have the finances and the necessary accoutrements. Boom. Metahuman, the comic book series. It'd be a lot more easier to tell this story to comic book form than it is on YouTube, but I like getting creative, so I don't know what to tell you. But Metahuman is pretty sick. I like the concept of the character. Just a lazy superhero who likes to cook. Like, come on. Like, yeah. We get a lot of lazy superheroes. We had Hancock back in 2008, but he was kind of a dick, excuse my language. What is my favorite flavor of Gatorade? I don't have a favorite flavor of Gatorade. I do have a least favorite, though. Actually, one Gatorade that I hate, it's that cucumber one. That's gross. I will never drink that one ever again. Hey, I don't need you. Don't call me Miss. You know what? Look, now you got the long hair coming out. Okay, but here's the thing with One Punch Man. It's not just that he's a lazy superhero. One Punch Man is trying to find purpose in his life again, because he's already an overpowered being. Metahuman knows that he's an overpowered being, but he's not going through that rut of knowing that he's an overpowered being. He just chooses to not do it. Was it really that bad? Don't say that to me. I kind of wanted to pick up back on it. Anyway, I mean, with Metahuman, he kind of has to go back into fighting crime and fighting other superpowered beings again, just because, it's kind of like DC Comics, where every decade or every less than a decade, there's always some sort of multiversal convergence. So, like, this universe is colliding with this universe, so we're gonna just kind of still call it the DC universe. Like, that this is what they did with Doomsday Clock. They brought in the Watchmen, which I thought was a cool concept. Albeit you have dudes like Alan Moore who are just like, that's a terrible idea. My thing was supposed to be a criticism of superheroes and the superhero genre. Like, yes, we understand this. That was the whole purpose of the comic. But you cannot help that the superheroes that you created were so popularized that fans are just like, hey, I like Rorschach. Let's see him fight Batman. Like, and the DC comic writers are like, say no less. You know, like, man. So it's kind of like that with Metahuman, where he has to fight my old characters from, like, way back when I was a super jit. And when I mean a super jit, I mean, like, I was, like, 12, maybe 13 at the time when I made those characters. But, you know, and it was a lot easier to kill off some of those characters, too, because there's so many characters that I made that I was kind of like, you know what, I'm not bringing all of them back. Yeah, I guess you could say it's like a time trip a little bit. I mean, there are some time travel episodes here and there. Oh my god, this is so good. $100% outdid myself in this video, honestly. SuperCon 2007? No. It was either 2007 or 2008. I was in 4th grade, and I had a teacher named Mitchell Reiner. Coolest teacher ever. I still talk to him to this very day. I usually ask him for advice whenever, you know, life is not doing so great. And, total father figure. Love him to death, you know. Not to say I dislike my own father. I love him dearly, too. But, you know, you kind of have to have more than just one father figure. You can't just have one father figure. Otherwise, you know, because, like, I had my dad, I had Mr. Reiner, and I had Sifu Neil. May he rest in peace. But that's a whole different story. Entirely different story. Let me get back to the convention itself. So, SuperCon. Greatest time of my life. I was very young, you know, so, like, I didn't know, you know, how fun it really was. Albeit, I had a blast at the time. You know, I'm going around, you know, I'm seeing. Those are facts. I cannot deny that. But, you gotta understand, at the time, having fun, you know, I got my hands on the first Invaders comic from, like, the 70s. You know, I got my hands on a lot of crazy comic books. That's when I just kind of started, you know, cosplaying a little bit. I cosplayed as the Double D from the Ed Boys with my other two friends when they, you know, were into it. Now, it wasn't until recently, I'm talking like this year recently, I found out about the after parties and the crazy events that go on behind scenes. Great. Amazing. Love it. It can get a little rowdy. And you get, you know, not necessarily a great group of people that come through that, but still a fun time nonetheless. Fun. Great time. You know, stories to tell for like years on end. So that way your life is not just boring. Well, debatable. I was gonna do this video until 9:30, but I think that's a little excessive. I might cut this stream at like 8:30. So we got like another 25 minutes to chat it up. Bon appetit. Yes. Ah, man. If you go, my Instagram is the same as all my other platforms right now. Metahuman Macaluco. What are you going to cook next? Good question. Are you going to have dessert? No, I'm not going to have dessert. My parents don't want to be seen on camera. Which is fair. 100% fair. Maybe after the fact when I cut the stream. But, yeah, dudes. Go on Metahuman Macaluco on my Instagram, and you're going to see freaking, you gotta scroll all the way down. Me and my two buddies as Ed and Eddie. You're gonna be like, wow, you were that Double D? Wow, amazing. But, my other cosplays, recently I started doing Goro Majima from specifically Yakuza 0 with the ponytail. Just because he's pretty easy to pull off, you know, little chain. Uh, I'm not gonna say your name on this stream. I don't want people doxing you or whatever, you know, weirdo stuff they want to do. But anyway, Goro Majima, Double D. I was at one point Julian from the Trailer Park Boys, but that was when I went to SuperCon only that one last day towards the very, very weekend. It was 4th of July too, so it was a Monday. There was no one there, and me and my other two buddies, and a different group of buddies, they were Julian, and they were Bubbles, and everyone loved it, or at least the small amount of people that were there loved it, because we were the only ones that weren't really like comic book or anime related. It was just the Trailer Park Boys, and my friend even made it better. He got one of those milk jugs, filled it up with water, and put in a ton of yellow food coloring it, so it looked like a piss jug. And I thought that was the funniest thing ever, dude. That photo is also on Instagram somewhere. It's also on my Facebook, dude. We have a picture of us posing about making it look like we're about to fight the Street Fighter guys, and I think we made Trailer Park Boys versus Street Fighter. Yeah, that was great. Another popular one I did was Kick-Ass. I love the movie. I love the second movie. I really wish they made a third movie, only because in the comic books, what ends up happening is that for the longest, Daniel's thinking to himself is that, oh wow, you know, it's just mostly all vigilantes and crazy people just putting on costumes, you know, fighting each other. But then you get actual superpowered beings coming into the mix, and Daniel's like, I'm not doing this anymore. He ends up putting away the Kick-Ass outfit, retires from the superheroing thing, and actually becomes a police officer, which is kind of weird, but that's just how the storyline's written. And then the new Kick-Ass is actually a female Iraq veteran who comes into the mix and starts doing her own thing with the Kick-Ass title, not necessarily getting permission from Daniel to use said alias. It's a weird storyline, you know. It's very niche, but I recommend it for anyone who's, you know, big into that sort of thing. But I mean, yeah, dudes, it's an amazing story. I digress. We were talking about cosplays. I haven't necessarily cosplayed as him yet, but I have to get the makeup for it. For one Halloween, I actually went out as Thurman from the Warriors, specifically from the Furies, which, you know, awesome. Do you know what I'm saying? And, oh man, gotta put this back. I'd love to do him again. I'd really love to do him again. I have the Negan baseball bat, even though he never really had barbed wire in the movie, but it just aesthetically looks great to have barbed wire on that baseball bat. I have a friend / former neighbor who already does Captain Jack. His name is Matt, and he has been another amazing mentor to me and my friends when we were doing haunted houses and Eagle Ridge. I wouldn't feel right cosplaying as someone else's cosplay unless I got permission. I don't think he would really care, but I don't know. And me personally, I was never really like a big fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Like the first 2 or 3, great, amazing, love it. But everything after that was just kind of like, what are we gonna see next? Ooh, Davy Jones. Oh, a Kraken. Ooh, Ghost Pirates. Oh, like I haven't seen that one before. Yeah, I don't think most people were unless you're like a true Disney nerd. Namaste. See that? It's got the little namaste thingy on it. Oh, yeah. I mean, kudos to you for being a trooper and appreciating the movies for what they were and having a whole collection of them. You kind of sound like my dog Randy. He loves those movies. He has a habit of actually collecting the movies physically himself. What's your computer setup look like? Unfortunately, it's not that great at the moment. It is not. All I really have is this little Dell Inspiron that my friend Tim, or I'm sorry, TK gave me, right here. It's cool. It does the job that it needs to do. But I also have a TV monitor hooked up. Look, there's me. We're getting really meta like this. And then we also have the two speakers right here. Obviously they're off. Inception. And then I got the little snowball. It's not plugged in, but something I really want to learn too is how to make beats. I want to be a beat maker at some point, but that in itself is a whole process. And I know there's people out there that's been like, "Oh, let me teach you. It's easy. Let me teach you FL Studio." Honestly, not just beats as well. I wouldn't mind, learning how to scratch as well. Start being like the degenerate Baccas or the, if not the degenerate Baccas, like my friend Gringo and DJ Stefano Paz. All great artists, by the way. Oh, you should look them. All three of those guys. Well, degenerate Baccas is technically two guys. So, in totality, those four guys are talented. Honestly. We got like another at least 17 minutes left or no. Less than that. Like I did 9 minutes before I wrap things up. But anything else on you guys' mind? Anything you had in mind? Degenerate Baka is pretty cool. Yeah. They actually promote some of the Metahuman stuff from time to time, which I really appreciate because it's honestly just mostly not skits, but stories, if you will. About the greatest superhero of all time, Metahuman Macaluco. Not to toot my own horn. But while you guys are here, we don't know. I don't know. Because, Metahuman kind of like, he's so chill that like his existence on Earth, he's never really been bothered by people or other entities. But Metahuman, he could have a final form. He could not have a final form. Who knows? He could be like Superman, where Superman has Superman 1,000,000, where he's all gold and everything, but he's Metahuman, Like, if you see Metahuman Macaluco out in public, don't be afraid to hug him, because he's a very friendly guy. He knows what's good. He knows what's up. If he really likes you, and he has to really like you, like be on a friend level, not just some acquaintance or, oh yeah, Facebook friend, Instagram follower, whatever. No, he's got to really like, you got to be in his circle to like, I want him to dap me up. Metahuman Macaluco will definitely dap you up. He can do that for sure. But like, what I was trying to get at is that if Metahuman Macaluco really likes you, he'll actually make you a bowl of ramen. And then if you listen to the theme song, he even says you should be grateful and you better say thank you if he gives you a bowl of ramen. So if he does give you a bowl of ramen, say your thanks. Simple as that. That's it. But yeah, dudes, Metahuman is that guy, 100% for sure. He's on the same level as One Punch, Goku, Superman, Thor, Black Adam, Shazam, Captain Marvel, all 6 Captain Marvels. Well, including Shazam. Shazam used to be called Captain Marvel at one point, before Marvel was just kind of like, we don't care that you took the name first. Marvel's our name. You know? But yeah. What I really need to do is start making more of those Professor Nerd videos where he's in West Palm helping out the West Palm Warrior, and showcase more of Professor Dark at the HQ with Glenn. Now, if you guys haven't seen those videos yet, you should be watch those. Professor Nerd versus the 13 Zodiac Ops. Give that a watch. And shout out to my friend Kitty. And then watch Professor Dork, the side quests of Professor Dork, and watch him fight an old villain from way back in the day, back when Metahuman was ranked 2818. Metahuman Macaluco doesn't make enough money to commit such a heinous crime. He, you know, yeah. But no. Kamehameha. Well, I mean, so far, yeah. I mean, I try and keep his character a little mysterious so that people don't catch on. I just kind of want people to think that, oh, he's just some lazy, superpowered being. I mean, he's gonna save the day. I mean, he already saved the day at MizuCon. You should watch the MizuCon video. Alright, and its whole thing. He vlogs that whole event. Meanwhile, he's got to fight Negative Lucas, another old enemy from way back in the day. And then, Otaku Fest, it was just more so him vlogging than anything. He didn't really have to fight a superpowered being during the event. He was just kind of, you know, showcasing what was going on with Embryonic and Hefe. And just, oh, yeah, you know, other people. Yay, cool, great, phenomenal. We made tacos at the Airbnb. That was amazing. Although we did waste a lot of meat that night. That was kind of sad. But hey, you cannot learn from your mistakes if you don't make mistakes. Point blank, period. But thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, the foundation of Metahuman is really based on him. Like, you know, although, yeah, he is lazy in nature, kind of dumpy as well, kind of like silly. There is a part of him that kind of, you know, he has an essence of all these other powerhouses from the other universes. So, you know, who knows? Maybe there will be a day where he does fight another DC comic book superhero. Who knows? Am I dropping hints or am I not? That's for your own interpretation. Speaking of crossovers, are you guys ready to watch the Metahuman vs. Kita Arya crossover? Let me know, because we're still editing that video. I can't give spoilers, but it's going to happen. Oh yeah, and you guys are going to love it. By the way, Kita, amazing DJ. Well, actually, let me take that back before they get mad at me. They are learning how to DJ. They are a musician. So they are taking their time, making beats and whatever, doing exactly that. And you can look them up on SoundCloud too. Just Kita Arya. Kiita space Aria. And they're going to be playing in Wicked Winds up in Baltimore. I don't know if it's a live stream event or not, but if you look them up on Facebook and Instagram, there'll be more information about it on those platforms. But thank you. Yeah, we try to make the video, the trailer, as hype as possible. We may drop another trailer. I'm not 100% for certain just yet. But the whole video will be coming out on October 25th. So, take the time to mark your calendars. October 25th, folks. Remember that. Right, Chow. Man, I'm getting out of breath. Only a few days after today's. Yeah, pretty much. Ironically enough, I'll be leaving from Orlando the 20th. So I don't know if I'll be able to actually go, just because I'm already going to Halloween Horror Nights, and we're going to be there for about a good 3 days. So any of my people watching from Orlando, hit me up. Vapor Source, Brother Billy, if they're watching this. If not, all good. Not the end of the world. There's many days in a year. I thought the idea was stupid at first, just because the main focus this year was the weekend for whatever reason. Like, no Stranger Things, no Walking Dead, which, I mean, thank God, because those are like the most two most overused themes at Halloween Horror Nights. Like, dude, why can't we get, like, what they should really do is bring back Silent Hill, because they only did that once. Silent Hill, maybe Resident Evil. Dude. Yeah, I mean, I would be careful saying that, because my dad's a huge zombie fan. He reads all the zombie books. The zombie books that he reads are actually a lot more graphic in detail compared to the movies that we see, which is saying a lot, because some of these movies are, like, kind of off the chain. One of my favorite zombie movies has to be Train to Busan. Yeah, it would be awesome. You know what would also be great? It'd be kind of silly, but I still think it'd be cool. I'd love to see a Mortal Kombat haunted house. Have you guys ever played Mortal Kombat? Because that could be scary. I mean, alright. So, no, the Universal Studios hasn't done that yet. I don't think any haunted house in America has done that yet, but the concept would be cool, especially if you take the theme of Mortal Kombat, and not just Mortal Kombat in itself, but specifically the crypt, because in Mortal Kombat 9, yes, Mortal Kombat Haunted House, hear me out right quick, because every Mortal Kombat game has a crypt mode, where, alright, so Mortal Kombat has a lot of horror concepts, and it just goes over people's head. You know, when you really think about it, there's dungeons, there's skeletons, people getting killed, people getting tortured, you know, like, people's getting hearts ripped out. Like, come on. That's something straight out of Friday the 13th. There is a whole reason why Jason Voorhees was in Mortal Kombat X, and Leatherface, and Freddy Krueger in the game before. And then this new game is just all action heroes. RoboCop, Rambo, the Terminator. Ooh, whoop-de-doo. I mean, they are violent people, don't get me wrong. Like Rambo, you know, he rips out your esophagus, which, when you really think about it, that is pretty gruesome. But that's besides the point. Mortal Kombat's gruesome. So, and it's not even just, you know, maybe you go by one house, or one scene where, you know, you have the two combatants fighting and one of them rips the other guy's heart out and whatever. But there's also the crypt mode itself, in which you have the monster pop up and scare you, which does happen in Mortal Kombat 9. You guys ever played Mortal Kombat 9? You ever, you know, have to unlock stuff out of the crypt? It's not fun. I dreaded it. Just because you go to the graveyard, right? And it can happen anytime. It's a crypt monster. And then Mortal Kombat X, you know, it's not as scary, but, you know, it's first person. So, you know, you're walking through a whole cemetery, and there's wolves, and there's spiders. Scary stuff, yeah, but it's not as scary as the monster going, you know, jump scare out of nowhere. Mortal Kombat 11, though, the crypt for that was also pretty cool. Because it was pretty much you, third person, just some rando. You find Shao Kahn's hammer. You find Scorpion's spear. Kenshi's blind thing. And there was a fourth thing. I forgot what it was. But you find all these things. You solve these puzzles. But you have to... not even get me started with Eric Andre. Eric Andre, anything would be great. I'd like to meet Eric Andre. That is my idol. I don't care what anyone says. That man is a GOAT, a legend. Certified, 100%. You cannot tell me otherwise. Flat out. Flat out. Burn up! Do, do, do! Great show. Amazing show. I can't wait for season 6. That's going to be so goated. Oh my god. Oh yes. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to make a whole YouTube video for Orlando or if I'm going to do another live stream up in Orlando. I may not. I just may use that time just for vacation and just kind of like, you know what? Let me not do that. You know, I am debating if I should do a restaurant review on Super Saiyan. I've been saying I'm going to do restaurant reviews for a while. I just never got a chance to do it. There's a lot of restaurants that I can easily do. It just can't be a chain restaurant. It just can't be fast food. So no Applebee's, no TGI Fridays, none of that. Those are all chain places. So like some place like Los Picados. If you guys ever had Los Picados, you're in for a treat. You know, Super Saiyan, obviously. There's that little Pokemon, Pokeball place down in Davie. Or is it Pembroke Pines? Either or. What else? Yeah, so it'd be pretty much Metahuman Macaluco just kind of coming in, right? Lightning behind him. Just walking into the restaurant. You know. So, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of ideas in my mind that I kind of want to capitalize off of, or at least I am trying to capitalize off them. You know, I'll give us another 5 minutes of just whatever. I'm not going to wrap this up so soon. I'm so vested in this conversation right now. I love you guys. Thank you for actually watching, you know. It means a lot that all 6 of you just started watching. But if you really want to help a bro out, go on my Linktree and check out all my other platforms. You know, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud. I also got the Nicer Slice YouTube channel up on there as well. Not a bad idea. I will consider that, or not consider it. I will do that. I mean. So, Los Picados, the Pokemon place, I may do the restaurant, my first restaurant review up in Orlando. Just kind of going Super Saiyan with my friend Jeff and just, hey, this is Super Saiyan. This was opened back in XYZ and it serves this, that, and the other. And its most famous dish is the trifecta. If not the trifecta, the Kaioken, which is a big bowl like this and just filled to the brim with egg and 3 different kinds of meats and udon noodle, which is like the thickest noodle. It's like this thick around. Maybe even a little, at least this thick. At least. So good, though. And the broth, you gotta get there early, too. I feel that. It's so annoying. It's genuinely annoying to just have all these ideas and just forget about them the next day. I mean, sometimes I get reminded, so that's the great thing. By someone else who's just like, hey, weren't you going to do XYZ? I'm like, oh, you're right. I should do this because it is a good idea. It is an excellent idea. Sorry, I've been having people just text me all night. It's like, I told them I'm doing a live stream. Don't be doing this right now. But, yeah, man. Same thing, but my dreams instead, I just be forgetting everything in my dream process. Yeah, but dreams are different, you know, it's kind of hard to do that with dreams. It really is. Like, you wake up just after having the dream, and you're just kind of like, what the heck just happened? and you're just trying to put two and two together, they can text you here on live stream. I know they can text me here on live stream, but a lot of them are just like, they either don't have Twitch or they don't care or whatever, or you know, they're not aware that I'm doing a live stream. 100% could not be aware that I'm doing a live stream. It's not the end of the world, but it is a little annoying. Man. So what I will do though is now that I'm considering it, I might do the restaurant review for Orlando just because it's kind of like, you know what? Why not? You know, and just do it for that one restaurant review, and then everything else that day before, no video recording, and the day after, no video recording. Just take the time to just kind of chill out and relax and free myself from doing all the other things I need to do, or need to do and have to do and want to do. Because I mean, I didn't want the vacation. I mean, I work 5 days a week, so it's kind of hard to like do everything I want to do and actually capitalize off of it. White Castle's amazing. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't even need to go up there to tell you that. There's a White Castle in New York. There's a White Castle in every other corner in New York. White Castle is amazing. It's great. Forget that microwave stuff you get at Walmart. Real, genuine White Castle, straight from the restaurant, is amazing. You need to go to any state up on northeast, so like New York, New Jersey, Ohio, wherever. White Castle is amazing. It's great. I'm not going to do a restaurant review on White Castle because it is a chain restaurant. There's multiple of them everywhere. It's just kind of sad that there's only one in the state of Florida. Which, thank you for reminding me, I gotta bring my friend there. Because he doesn't know about the glory that is White Castle. You're from Chicago too? That's wild. I had to tell my boy Randy that. He's also from Chicago, if he's still on the stream. Embryonic, if you're still on the stream, say what's up. I don't think he's on the stream anymore. That's okay. I'm not going to bug him. I'm going to see him later tonight after the stream. But, yeah. So, White Castle, 100%. Would recommend to anyone. You don't need me to review that. Not at all. No. Just get it. But you just can't not get it. You have to get like a good 6 or 8 of them because they're so tiny that they're not really filling. Like, 1 or 2, whatever, appetizing. But like 6 or 8 of them, ooh, satiated. Not full, satiated. Vastly different from being full. Yes, 100%. Yes, it is like a 10-star meal. I will not disagree with you on that one. But sliders or a regular burger are both amazing in their own right, just because a regular burger, nom nom nom, satiated. Little sliders, depending on how many they are and what the viscosity of the meat is. Yum, yum, yum. Ooh. Never in my life would I ever think to go inside a White Castle just to get hot cocoa. It's a little weird. To be honest with you. It's a little off-putting. But, anyways, guys. I hate to cut the chat so short. I mean, we have been doing this for about a good hour and a half. So, I like to say this was a pretty successful live stream. I might try this again next week. I can't make any promises. If you follow any of my platforms, I'll make an announcement letting you know if I am going to do it or not. I'll let you know by like Sunday or Monday for sure. Excuse me. So, if I do another live stream, I'll let you know for sure. Probably not, to be honest with you. Cold weather is keyed. Yeah, it kind of is. But I'm digressing, guys. if you want to talk to me more, I'm always available on all my other platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, The Nicer Slice. You know, you got my YouTube, and you got Twitch now too. So I mean, there's a whole bunch, and I have a link tree as well. So you go down a link tree, and you can see all my stuff. You know, and I also have a little Cash App thing if you want to donate. But that's up to you guys. I'm not gonna force you to do that. Anyways, dudes. Peace in the Middle East. Good luck to y'all. Thank you for stopping by. See you next time.